Okay, back on the back of the bike. Getting ready to put this all back up in there, but we need to deal with this license plate bracket. So this is the one here. It's supposed to fit because he bought it. So you know what the hell he was buying when he bought it. So this is what they sold us, or they sold him. This is what came out of the bike. So as you can tell, they're not even close. Totally different. And I don't see how you're going to make that fit anything, because this is for a 1-inch axle, and we're a 3/4. So right off the bat, we're junk. Then this is supposed to have a, got this pin in here. It's supposed to go in and hold it to keep it from vibrating. Keeps it where, keeps it where it belongs. So this is not going to work. I don't see any way in the world it ever would work, because there's nothing to keep it from rotating, and it's not even the right size. And it's too wide. Other than that, it's like perfect. So maybe mount that off the side of the frame over here somewhere, because it ain't going to work on the back. That's why you got to look at what you have before you go buying parts. So 3/4 inch hole. Needs to be real wide so you can put a lock in there to hold it. And then you'll be alright. But that, not going to fly. Okay, so we're going to be putting this all back together with this one. You'll have to deal with that later. Okay, this has all been bent. This is a good time to straighten this right now. There we go. I missed once. Okay. Not the license plate on that. Who knows? Okay, and then this is the other one with the chain guard one. It was from here and here, it looks like. Okay, so now they had this spacer here put back in here, and then they had this one here on the other side over here, up against that. And I thought there was something else here. See where they had something in here, but I don't know what it was. I don't have it. Obviously that does not work. There was some kind of a spacer that's missing that used to be in there. So that's missing. And I don't even see it anyway, so I don't even know what it was. Wonderful. So not that size either. I don't know what they had in there. They had something in there. Alright, well, we know we're going to need. We have to make something probably. So that means we're going to come over here and get the calipers and measure it before we put together, so I can make something. I'll have to take a spacer and cut the shoulder down so it'll fit up inside of there once I know what I need. So right off the bat, we're going to have to go to 990 thousandths. These are 1 1/8 probably. Yep. Okay. And I have no idea where that spacer has gone to, but rest assured it is someplace. My caliper, I don't want to break it. I'll put it over there. Alright, so I have no idea. Did something fall out of the bike? I don't think anything did. I remember grabbing everything that came out, I thought, but with this bike you never know what was missing and what was here. Okay, well I don't see it, so we're going to assume that it is missing in action. We'll find out what we need when we put this back up in here. But obviously whatever was supposed to be in there was not in there, because you can see how it had the wrong piece in there. So, oh well. This will be fun. Put that over here out of my way a little bit. Pull back a little bit, you can see better. Okay, this is going to be fun to hold in here on the back, so I don't know that. we'll go ahead and put a little grease on the axle here. I already fixed the nut. And we'll put a little grease on the threads here, wouldn't hurt either. So that way the threads won't be completely eaten up like they've been getting eaten up already. Now grease does two things. It makes it a little easier to slide through all the bearings, but it also will help retard rusting. You don't need a thick layer, you just need to get it all worked out. Okay, it's all snotted up. It'll get nice and greasy now when I touch it. Wonderful, I like doing that, of course. I like axles coming in from the other side and working our way through this way. I don't know why they got to go in the opposite direction. Yeah. I don't know if it's which way it's supposed to go. Doesn't really matter, I don't think, but do it this way. Okay, I think we got everything we need. Get this caliper off. Okay, out of the way. This thing is heavy. All right. Okay. So I just got a big spacer over here. I have no idea what it went to. It's disappeared, obviously. All right. So that bracket's totally different than the license plate. It's not even near that pivot point. So we had this in here, we had the spacer in there, that's how it came apart. It's all jammed over. Chain is in there, where it's going to sit is right there. And you can see how it's barely on that roller. The roller really needs to come over more, but there's no, the bolt's too short to go any more over. So it's just going to rub on it at an angle, I guess. So This obviously had something that's stuck way out and went into the pin back in here. That's not here now. So that needs to be way, way in there. The axle sits way back here. That's where they had it. So this anti-rotation piece is not even close to being on anything. So there's nothing to keep it from just falling down. So that's going to probably have to be something made up. I don't know. There's nothing to keep it from rotating down unless you put some kind of a pin right here or something. So anyway, this one's not going to work because it's 3/4. I mean, a 1-inch hole. You can have something like this, but it's going to have to be a 3/4 inch hole. But you're going to have something here to keep it from falling down. So some kind of a pin. They got a provision for a pin here, but that doesn't line up with anything. I don't think. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you have a pin inside this hole here. I guess you can do that. But it'd have to be a pretty long pin so it wouldn't fall out also. Because it could fall out inside of here and this would just drop down. So it has to be probably about an inch long pin at least to do that. Now it probably would do what we want for anti-rotation. So, but anyway, that's still not the right piece. Then you have to get the right. You need a 3/4 inch axle version. Alright. So that shoves the wheel all the way where it was on that side. So now over here, this comes up. You can see how this spacer here was in here. Going in there, but we're missing a big spacer that was in here. Obviously there had to be one in here. I have no idea what happened to it. It dropped on the floor. I lost it when I was cleaning stuff. I don't know. I thought there was only 2 spacers, but there's obviously 3. But the one they had wasn't correct because it didn't recess in there like it was supposed to either. Okay, so I'm going to take this punch here and use it as a dummy. So I can kind of get an idea what I need to do here. Okay, it goes in there like that. Okay, so now I need what I can see what I need for a spacer. So it needs to be about that wide right there. Plus that's the recess in there. I didn't measure how deep that recess was. I forgot to measure that. Caliper over here out of the way so it don't get broken. So it needs to be about 800 thou right there. And then like I said, the recess is in. You can run when it's an 800 thou, but it has to be a large diameter. Otherwise it's going to try to suck into the hole like the other one was doing. So it needs to be more than 1.1/8. You need like 1.25" spacer. That's about 800 thick. Alright, let me go see if I got anything laying around here, and I'll go look to see if I can find the one that's missing, because obviously it had one in there. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, I found the spacer. It rolled down on the front of the rack down there. This is only 750, not 800, so it's 50 thou short, but it is cut. It is made to go inside there where it belongs. But you can see how there's a gap in here. See the gap right there? I don't know why they did that. Alright, the other thing I found over here, it was they have this adapter bushing that adapts stuff over here. So that means you can take this and sleeve it down to 1 inch. So maybe try to make this fit now. So that'll be another issue to deal with. Now I'm not sure why our offset is off by 50 thou over here. I don't like squeezing swing arms to make things work, but it looks like that's how they were doing it, I guess. Either that or we got something on this side of the bike that's different than where it should be. I don't know. Maybe they had a different bracket in here before, but who knows. Something has changed. Somewhere there's a 60 thou difference or more. There might be even more than that. I don't know yet. So basically, I'm going to put this one in there. We'll see how much clearance we got. If we got a lot extra clearance, then that side over there is probably wrong. That means the chain offset is wrong and a bunch of other stuff. So. What a shocker. Might be other issues. Finger still hurts too. Okay, so this here, we need to get this thing to drop into there. So right now, if we take this spacer out on this side, like that, and it falls. It goes in there, bring that back up there. I can see how they're having problems putting this together. Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun little project here. So, first thing to do is put the axle into this part. You take the spacer, try to catch it before it rolls away, and I heard it go clunk under the bench way the hell out of my way. Great location. It rolled right along through there and kept right on going, and it went way under there. Because I heard it go clunk. And the damn thing, there it is, way over there. Luckily, a bunch of crap stuck here. There it is. Yeah, but fun projects. Okay. So, this is held by that, that's that. We gotta try to fish that into there and not lose it again. Next time it rolls away, I might go somewhere else where I don't hear where it's at, and I won't find it. Yeah, just slide it right on down. Yep, wonderful. Catch the axle in time. Catch it on the edge of the bearing before you get an axle through the hole. There, caught the spacer. Move the wheel over. Alright. Pull everything this way. There it goes. So we got the axle, so it actually works a little better now. Alright, so now we go to the other side of the bike and fight this side. Okay, so there is our gap. Spacer's on the floor where it belongs. So now we get to fight this a little bit on this side. Okay, so we got our spacer. Bring the axle in. That holds the spacer. The axle slides real nice and easy now. Okay, so now we take this and shove it all the way over. Okay. So now we can see what kind of gap we got right here, and that looks to be about what we got right here. See, it falls right in there. So we still got that little extra clearance that I thought we were going to have. So my guess is they made it that way because it makes everything slip together easier. I have to spread things a little bit. Who knows? Okay, so I'm going to put that right in the hole right there. So that's what we need. Okay, so now we know what gap we need. Okay, so we need this clearance. We could be up to 30 thou bigger than this, and it would still work. So come over here and measure that over here. 1 1/4 inches total. Okay, so we have this piece. We have this junk right here. Let's see if we can figure out what the plan was. Because I was not on the clue of what they're going to do. Because I have no clue. Okay, we got some set screws. And a couple flathead screws. I know where those go. I don't know what the set screws are for. I can't think of any reason I need them, so I'm going to put them back in the bag. Seal it up so you don't lose it. Okay, so this probably goes over that or something maybe. Okay, that adapts us down to a 3/4 axle, which we do need. I'm assuming that's just there in case you need another spacer for something. Okay, not sure what that's for. Don't know what this washer's purpose in life is for. Okay, so we have 1 1/4 inch is what we need, and we have 850. So that's 150 plus 250, 400 thou. That's what my guess is. Now you can cheat by going like this, let the math happen in your head. So we know this is 1 1/50. You zero that, pull that out, measure this. That's how much you need. You actually need 410 thou. And we could be up to 30 thou more than that. So we can be at almost 440. We can probably get away with 450 too if we wanted to. Okay, so we still need some kind of a pin for rotation. So let's go in here and see what this looks like in here. Let's see what we can do to make this work. Okay, right off the bat, it ain't going to work this way. If you flip it over that way, it'll never work, so that ain't going to fly. Sprocket's in the way for going in this direction. Same thing, this thing just doesn't fit. See, we have no clearance. So what we need to do is re-engineer this piece of crap. It needs to be flat like this, so we got clearance. Can't have any offset in it. So I'd have to cut all this stuff down to the width we need to be. And then we got to make sure the dowel will go inside of there to hold it. Keep from rotation. Appears to be flat on the back side. So that means you can only pull your axle back far enough where the pin would have hit. Could be about to here. That's not quite where the axle is at. I think the axle is further back, but we couldn't do that if we had a pin in there because it would hit on this. So I think pretty much just about everything about this is wrong. So I can cut this down here. I could put this on the other side here, which would not bother me any. You can go like that, cut this down in the mill, bring it in, but it looks like the roll pin is going to be or the dowel is going to be an issue. I don't really know where the dowel is going to be at because I don't have the axle in there yet. So let's go grab a dowel pin and see what this is going to really look like. We don't need that right now. It's like having to re-engineer junk. See, he bought this because it was like nothing, 20 bucks, 30 bucks for all this stupid light, but going to cost me hours and hours of crap to make it work. Okay, there's a nice tall dowel pin. It's probably going to be too tall. We can always use a shorter one here. There we go, there's a short one. So we got two different dowels. At least they made it for American parts, that was plus. Okay, here's a short one. Well, it's in there tight now. So that would hold in there about this far. Okay, the dowel pin could fall out because there's nothing keeping it from falling out, so we needed a long one. We probably need one that's even longer than this because, yeah, see this area is this long. Oh no, it isn't because it's a slot. Okay, that doesn't work. Alright, that's not going to fly. I thought it was back here. Nope, it's right there. No way you can use that. Dowel pin's out. So all you can do is pinch this thing in there and there's nothing to keep it from rotating. It'll just fall down eventually. I don't see this happening. Alright, not going to work. We tried. It didn't fly. Okay, let me put this stuff away. I'll be right back.